if you have a dream, you're not worried about anybody else. You're worried about your own dream. And then you celebrate other people that are fighting for dreams. And that's kind of what I'm on. So anything other than that, like, I don't want to fight nobody. I'm definitely not fighting nobody in my culture because that's a program. That's what they do. They divide us and make us fight each other but not pay attention to the oppressor.
Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much so that you don't want to be around each other.
I'm on the oppressor. I'm not going to be distracted. So what the oppressor will do is make us beef with each other to keep me off of them.
Exactly.
So like when Irv was talking, I was like, I feel like Leor sent him. Like I was like, because that's what they do. They did that to Flex. They always go get one of us to beef for them so I could beef with them instead of them. I don't care who's beefing with me. I'm on you. You see I keep saying Leor? And it's because I need to have somebody to get with. I'm a superhero. I'm Batman. I need a Joker, and he's a clown. So there's my nemesis.
We are here. It's the most wise Fleezus. This is Black Renaissance Podcast. And I ain't gonna lie, man, this might have been one of the best classic. This is a classic interview as overall, but this is one of the best Dame Dash interviews and one of the most informative interviews for any podcaster, YouTuber, or anybody going into the influencer realm, industry, whatever you want to call it. But let's jump back in.
I don't. Now they try not to talk about him. Like when we talk about him, he goes viral. Yeah. Now just keep my name out your mouth or say whatever you want. Either way, I'm gonna monetize it.
Either way, I'm gonna monetize it. This is where it's at right now. This is where black culture is at right now, man. You feel me? It's time that we get in from the ground floor. You see, we gotta know music late. But when it comes to the streaming content creation thing, we getting in on the ground floor. And shout out to Tamara, man. She did such a wonderful job this interview.
You're in the podcast business, and the way you would get paid is through CPMs. So it would be advantageous for you to know the language.
Okay, good. So
a CPM means click per million,
okay,
but it really means click per 1,000. But they make it look like a million because it's the Roman numeral for 1,000. So they even put that in code. And what happens is a commercial runs, and money's made, and they give you like $1 and they take 20, and they give you no accounting. So that's why I had to make my own platform, make it free, and get with an ad tech and build my own silo to get directly to the ads.
Like that one part right there needs to be replayed and taught in every single high school. What is CPM? You know, and this is how I make my money. This is how any content creator makes their money in a modern age. It's CPM.
So I can get the full CPM and also control and get the benefit of the data. You know what data means when I say data?
like kind of looking at...
No. So data is the study of behavior, human behavior.
Okay.
So any place that we aggregate digitally, whether it's social media or whether it's a streaming service. Like when YouTube first came out, everybody was like, how do they make money? And they were like, we don't know. And then they did ads. They're selling behavior pattern data. So if you already know what someone's going to buy based on a prior behavior pattern, you sell that data to that advertiser. So advertisers now buy data. That's where the money's at. So that's where the money. So like again, I say this.
That
I
was
like
such a good
when
co-host.
I saw Elon Musk buy Twitter, I was like, he must have bought it for the data because he's into AI, and AI's food is human behavior.
I feel like I just got smart.
And it probably costs less for him to buy Twitter and not have to buy data from Twitter. But
That
no one
makes
probably
sense.
saw that.
Yeah, so Neuralink is supposed to be the brain running a computer, but in all honesty, I think Elon is trying to have people brains become the new computers and make these people into robots and turn people into AI. So that's what Dame Dash is actually talking about. Like, this brother's so fucking smart.
You know what I mean? But you know, when you're a boss, you look at how like the thing about it is my thing as a boss is okay, you're gonna pay me some money. If you gave me $1 million, I need to know how much you made.
Facts.
And that's what we don't ask.
if you got
We're
$1
just so
million.
happy to get the $1 million that we never asked. Like if somebody give me $10
Proud-ass
million, I'll be like,
employee,
oh yeah, I'll take it. But if I heard you made 100 off of something I did, I'm not gonna be as happy.
Right.
And that's the questions we don't ask because we're always in survival mode. So I like to give people information, and this is a new business, and that's why they robbed us in music, because we didn't understand the language. We didn't understand what owning your masters would mean and publishing. That's why they would take it. Now you don't know about your digital, and that's where the 360, and now they're taking your CPMs. If you don't know the language, and the government doesn't know the language, so there's no laws to regulate it yet.
Heavy.
So they're gonna knock them dead until fucking somebody smartens everyone up. So listen.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
So pardon me. I'm sorry. But I'm saying it because it's important. 'Cause what I'm saying is I'm telling y'all now, so that you don't sustain being robbed for fucking 50 years. I'm telling you now, my competition is not a rapper, not a record company. It's Netflix.
Now, I'm not laughing at Dame saying that competition is Netflix because that is definitely true. I'm laughing at the fact that one, is a motherfucking roach on my table, and two, this nigga on the side, I don't know his name, but he got tight after this moment.
My conversations now are Disney. My business model are those. You feel me? I'm in a whole nother realm of business right now. But now that I know the business, I'm like, damn, y'all, because all the people that own those, none of them are creative. So they don't give a fuck about a creative. I'm a creative. I make the movies that are monetizing. I don't outsource and license. I make them.
Wow. Like, you gotta understand where we going as a black culture, man. And economically, black people as a whole, we have fallen down upon hard times. Like, I'm not speaking about the 1%, I'm speaking about the 99%. You feel me? They have sold us these images of black excellence. And yes, blacks are excellent, but they have sold us these images that we cannot find in our neighborhoods. I live in New York City. All of the black wealth is kind of placed in immigrants' hands. Where is the foundational black American wealth? My sister has a democratic organization for kids. After 2-3 years, she just received her first grant for $250. Meanwhile, I'm on conference calls with immigrants who's getting $20,000-$30,000 grants to help out freaking bilingual people who just got here. If we don't protect our own, nobody will. This is why Dame Dash interview is so monumental. This is why this is so important. I am so happy that Tamara was there, because it looks like she's like the only person who actually was getting Dame to like spill these streams of like intelligence. You know, the other brother that was on the side of him, as you're gonna see as we go through this, he was like so like, I don't want to say confrontational, but unfortunately as black people, like, we don't even know that we program sometimes. And Dame said it correctly in this interview. He said, you're going to look back at this interview and you're going to be mad at yourself for how you kind of acted. But it's his testosterone. It's his ego. Like, you know what I'm saying? But Dame is such a Harlem nigga Like, and I'm talking about pure Harlem excellence when Harlem was at its finest. I ain't gonna lie. When I used to go to Harlem for the swag and all that 2005 Kingdom Rucker shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what Clamorous 13X foresaw. This is why I look at Dame Dash like Malcolm X. You feel me? Like, he was a nigga around them niggas. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? Same way Clamorous 13X was around Malcolm X and Farrakhan was around Malcolm X. Like, but it was just a different time frame, like, where the civil rights activist wasn't that person in the community no more. You feel me? The nigga driving the Benz and all that with the spokes, and you know what I'm saying? Cuban link on Rich Porter. Shout out to Laurel and all that. These was the people that inspired the neighborhood. But on the same time of selling drugs, these niggas live by codes. And Dame never forgot that. That's the difference between Harlem and Brooklyn. And you're gonna see it in this interview. Let's get into it. This here is why Dame Dash is the modern Malcolm X and how Clamorous 13X inspired our generation's current economic revolutionary. Today's mathematics is knowledge, wisdom destroy. Peace to the motherfucking gods.
You know what I mean? Like Tues ain't nothing but a bunch of it's an ad agency. So if you're gonna be in that business, you have to understand ad technology and ad language because that's how you're gonna get paid. Don't get into a business and not know the language of the business. You'll get robbed and you look stupid. To only people that know the business. You might sound smart to someone that doesn't know. But if someone knows the business and there's certain verbiage you don't know, they're gonna knock you dead. Now I could rob everybody just like everyone else is, and they're probably mad at me now, but no, I want the creators to be rich. The richer they are, the more creative they could be.
That's
so Kanye and Jay-Z.
I was gonna ask you, so when you speak about the CPN, like when you say cost per thousand, is it a different between clicks on your?
It's called clicks. So it depends on the business you're in.
Yeah.
So like if you're in the advertising business where you get ads, you might say cost. But if you're in the ad tech world, you'll say click.
So what I'm asking is that how does it work if I have how do I get paid if I have a 5-minute music video compared to having a
22-minute?
3-hour movie?
It's just the amount of commercials that play. So you get one commercial that plays as opposed to like 10.
Got you. So it's more. So the CPM is more based on how long it is.
It's about. It's just like television.
Yeah.
It's just the language.
Yeah.
So if you make a 3-minute piece or 5 minutes, a commercial could run once. If you make 22 minutes, a commercial could run 5 times.
Exactly.
And that's the beauty of long format content creation, because the average podcast equals out to about a 15-track rap album. You know, an average hour-long podcast would get you as much revenue as a 15-track like rap album.
It's just simple logic.
So are you gonna have commercials on American Network?
So you American News? The network.
Huh?
There are commercials.
No, I'm saying, but remember I told you I still got.
Now you know why Joe Budden stopped rapping to be a podcaster.
Watch the thing you told me to watch.
You gotta watch it, but you can watch anything on it. But yeah, commercial, it's programming, so they're placed by algorithms. But I could also notice I have my own ads, and I could place ads in there. I could do both.
But if I upload it to there, so say we upload the God Show, do you
ads will play? Yes, the programming, Nike ads will play. It'll be based on the person that's looking at it.
Gotcha.
So if it's a woman looking at it, a different ad will run than a man.
Hard. That's amazing, man.
That's the way.
You see, this nigga Dame is talking boss talk, you know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to bro right here. I don't know who he really is. I know the sis and all that, but you know what I'm saying? He probably a boss in his own right, but he not as boss up as motherfucking Dame. Like, Dame is a boss, you know what I'm saying? Like, all around the motherfucking board. Like, you could tell Dame get around white folks and still let his nuts hang. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? There's certain black niggas who get around white niggas and tuck tails.
This is how they're not. This is that they're not telling us.
Yeah.
So I have a question referring to that. So you say you ask when somebody gives you $1 million, and you go back and you say,
No one gives me a minute.
Is this nigga a tether right here? Like, I ain't gonna lie, he don't look like he got like black features. But let me know, is this dude a tether? Like,
what,
I'm
what,
not
what,
gonna use a million.
I'm just using an analogy. The analogy you used, $1 million.
I was just saying it because it was cute.
The $1 million to $10 million. Do you ever ask how they made that $10 million?
this some stupid ass shit only a fucking tether would ask, bro. I swear to God, bro. Only a fucking dumb immigrant would say some shit like that.
I ask every question because I'm gonna be the plug. What I do is the people that give me checks, I make them work for me at some point. I hire them.
Talk that gangster shit, nigga. We hire, nigga. Bosses link with bosses, nigga. We hire niggas. Fuck is you talking about, man? Everybody got a price, man. Real Harlem shit. Shout out to old Harlem, man. Not this new little Nas X Harlem.
Business. So when I sit in a room with a general, I ask what their business model is. How do you make the money? I'm not even trying to know because you're paying me. I want to know because I want to know. I'm a boss. When bosses get in the room, they think about boss shit. When I'm in a room with people that aren't bosses, it's a different conversation.
That's a fucking Fendi right there. Like, when you're around motherfucking, like, worker, employee mindset ass niggas, bro, like, they could never fathom, like, independence. They could never fathom, like, a black-owned motherfucking corporation from top to bottom, fully employed black people by black people with no white investment capital. You feel me? Like, real bullshit. Know what I mean? Not glorified worker, tokenized nigga shit.
Sometimes I talk to people that are perceived as bosses. I won't say any names, and they don't know shit about the business. I'm like, I thought you was the CEO. It's just a fucking title.
Exactly, because the CEO is actually just responsible for like day-to-day duties, but the actual like investors are the people who own the company.
That's what the music business is. A bunch of people that don't understand real business, profit and loss and shit like that. It's just figureheads.
So you got
Like a president of a record company that's black, they usually don't deal with they know the budgets, but they're not breaking it down like that.
Yep.
Right? And I hit you with a whole network. No, niggas ain't got networks.
Yep.
So that's a whole nother thing. I don't even know that talk. I'm teaching you now.
Boss talk.
Whole nother thing. But y'all should all have them at some point, but I'll be 10 years ahead of you because I started 10 years ago. But maybe you'll be able to make a shortcut because I can pass the plug. Learn from my mistakes. So I started with Dame Dash Studios. It didn't work. So I had to pivot and do that. That shit cost me a lot of money.
why didn't it work in your mind?
Because it was subscription. And it was it takes too long for people to like download it and go through it. You saw how quick it is? I'd be like, download. So I had to critique all the behavior patterns of what makes it had to be free.
Yeah.
Well, the first thing I noticed when I downloaded the app is that I didn't have to sign in or anything. It was immediate access. So I could see how smart you are with making sure that it's user friendly and that people
And I
have
had
the
to
best
learn
experience.
that the hard way.
And too often is this the story of black men and black businesses or independent black businesses. You know, we often have to learn through trial and error. There is no one to like help us with resources or like give us guides and stuff like that. You know, and most of like the resources and guides have been taken and used by immigrants to disseminate white supremacy by proxy, basically, you know. Cannot fervently deny racism without using anti-black immigrants to sweep it under the rug.
I had to like have a learning experience. This is me. Like, so think about it. I'm independent, and my company, we are independent. We're funding sneakers, one company, independent, a whole network, a platform, that's another company. The actual content on the platform, we make it. We have studios all over the country, in Florida and America. In Florida, LA, and Vegas now. Right? That's a whole nother vertical. That's like some shit people got to raise money for. I did that. Now we on 3. We make books. My girl just sold 60,000 books.
Wow.
10,000 is a bestseller. We sold 60.
Dope.
I didn't even make an announcement about that. You understand what I mean? So that's a whole nother vertical. Brand new. All this is new shit and completely owned by my family. Funded by my family.
Y'all don't even understand how important that is. How important it is for foundational black American families to own businesses in America in this hyper-capitalist society.
You understand what I mean? Now we have 4 companies. You feel what I mean? And we make clothes. There's 5 companies. And then we have curriculum. There's 6 companies, all funded with not a dollar raised. Not one company. I'm hitting you with like a left or right, a kick, a fucking headlock. I'm body slamming you, I'm shooting you, I'm stabbing you. All with my own army. Nobody does that. And I think Dame is normal because, that's normal because Dame does it, because he does everything. And y'all expect me to still have money to buy jewelry. If you got 2 companies or 1 company and you're funding it independently and you got bread, you're skimming. There's something that's not going on correctly.
Facts. That's a fact right there. You feel me? Like, niggas don't understand, bro. You have a company, like, you're supposed to put every dollar in, bro. You gotta put every dollar into the company, bro. Like, it ain't no time to be motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? Investing in yourself or investing in frivolous, materialistic items. Like, every dollar gotta go into the business, bro. Now, I mean, like, and every other expense gotta basically be a result of bettering the business or doing something for the business.
Trust me.
I agree.
I bet it all on my dreams, and I have so much confidence. You could tell the confidence in what someone has, how hard they fight for it. So see me, I walk in the room, download, because I know my shit is fly. I dare somebody, show me something flyer. And I broadcast live. You get the full CPM. I broadcast live. I can do this shit from my phone right now. I could pull out my phone and broadcast, and you'll see it on the network right now. I could do pay-per-view on my network and sell music. I did it all on my own. My competition is now Netflix. So
I think the difference is how do you tell your retention rate or your conversion?
Shout out to
what you talking about? They tell us that it's at 51%, which is
FBA
amazing.
stream.
Your current retention is at 51%?
That's what I said.
You see that? Like, you see how niggas be hating low key? Oh, your current retention's at 51%? Yeah, he's keeping half of his customers. Yes, half his customers is happy. That's a fact. You not in his business. You not in his algorithm. You not in his data.
I gotta ask you a question. They say a smart businessman will tell you.
Pop your shit.
A smart businessman will tell you.
Keep the retention. Yo, that's some funny shit.
He's smart.
I know about that. But you know how you keep good retention? You make good work. The shit's good, so people are watching it. My product is like drugs. You're not going. And then I hit you with a brand new. Not one project. Here, I'm taking back Rockefeller. I don't need no paperwork. And now my projects were free. State property. I don't care what nobody say. You can't stop me.
Hold on. What you mean? I don't.
It's the Rock, you bastards. Rockefeller, y'all.
Understand that. What you mean you taking back?
It's a Rockefeller project.
Freeway.
Yeah, Rockefeller never dies. It's not dead. I just fucking took a vacation. I'm the CEO of Rockefeller Inc. And Jay-Z knows it.
Yeah.
And so does Biggs.
So my
Not
question.
Rockefeller LLC. We sold that.
Yeah.
Rockefeller Inc. I'm still the CEO.
That's that motherfucking, that's that real boss talk right there, bro. Like, people be feeling like, oh, like, Jay is just Rockefeller. Like, nigga, Jay is 1/3. That's not even 33%. Dame and Biggs is the 66. Like, let's really talk about it. Shout out to Imani, you know what I'm saying? Little Miss Dash and all that, you feel me? Biggs, you know what I'm saying? More the whole Bronx family. Like, we've been putting this together a long time. This Black freedom thing.
I wanted to be a creative. I took 10 years off like Steve Jobs. I looked at what he did. I saw how they took his company, and he went and just got creative. And he came back and approached business in a creative way. But
it's okay
the
to
fucked up thing
steal
about it
game
is,
from the white man.
because they knocking niggas dead with the fucking music, that's a BPM. So Spotify, all them, it's the still same thing. It's commercials. They don't tell you what they're making. It's funny, and no one even asks. That's what the shit is. Y'all
People ask. They just don't want to. They just don't say it.
Niggas don't be asking.
No, I've been in the room with people from Spotify, and I've seen people ask how you've seen it. They ask.
I'm
They just
talking about like a person that has the ability to be in a room. Like you're in the 1%.
Niggas get scary around them
that
white
signs a
folks,
contract
man.
without looking at without having a lawyer look at it, which is like what you have to sign up to put your shit on YouTube. So now you're signing a contract without a lawyer looking at it. And you don't even know what the
be having
fuck
them
you're
lawyers
signing
in them
away.
offices, man. That's how scared niggas be to talk to these white niggas, man. Niggas be scared to be lawyered up and all that. Niggas take their lawyer to play along. And then 5 years later, niggas gonna act like they ain't know what they was doing.
Why is that all right?
Just pressing approve.
It's just the way they make things. That's you signing your rights away when you sign that.
But you're using somebody else's medium. So if you're using another person's
I
didn't
didn't
say
know
that. I
that.
said you should have a lawyer look at it.
Exactly.
to look at the
Paperwork. It's a contract, bro. So you don't do no music. But is there any time there's a transaction in music without a contract
Quick
and a
to
lawyer?
get
I mean,
fucked,
contract.
So why that
No
transaction shouldn't
Vaseline.
happen? Why should a child sign
Pure
his rights away
penetration.
and not know what he's giving away?
Like
You
terms
don't
and
even know what a
conditions.
CPM is.
That
You don't-
broomstick
should
out
be in the
your ass,
contract.
nigga.
But you don't
That
even
coat
know. A
off your
lawyer
nose.
would be like, yo, what about the CPMs? If they know about it. You feel me? You don't even have anyone to educate you about what they're taking from you. How would you know?
Come on, man. How would you know if you don't know? And that's the thing. A lot of y'all don't even know that y'all don't know. And that is the true problem at hand.
That's fair.
It's not fair. It's right.
And
Anything
when
else
niggas
is
trying
dumb.
to tell y'all
I'm a
don't listen unless
businessman.
it come
I'm
from
thinking
White
like
Zaddy.
a boss. A soldier might think something different, but a boss would never think. There is no gray area there. I need to know what you're making.
Preach.
And you have to be transparent because I have to be
Preach.
transparent. So that's how
Come
I
on.
deal with people. I'm transparent. So in my business, I'm splitting the CPM. I'm giving the artist 60. I'm taking 40, and I'm showing you the ad. Full
Yeah.
transparency.
Yeah.
And I'm giving you your data.
Yeah.
So you could sell it, or if we sell it together, we break bread.
But so my question is, in that situation, in that scenario, if an artist is going and saying, "Hey, I'm gonna release my music on Spotify," if the artist doesn't have the resources to build their own network or their own platform, DSP, like a Spotify, a Deezer, like Amazon Music, they don't have the resources to do that.
Hit the road.
But you still have to have a medium for people to get your music.
Right.
And the
You
media
got-
will
You
be
didn't have
white
to.
people.
What
have to
what
now.
I'm saying is, I'm not saying that. I'm not questioning your evolution of your brain. I'm not calling you dumb. What I'm saying is because you don't know what questions to ask. I'm just making you aware. Don't let that be a trigger.
And that be the shit, like, niggas be feeling dumb for real. Like, niggas' ego start talking like, nigga, it's cool that you don't know. Like, it's okay
telling you
not to
something.
know sometimes.
Doesn't mean I think you're dumb. It just means I'm telling you something I know you don't know. It's a new one. But it is dumb not to ask the question.
Exactly. It's dumb not to ask the question. It's dumb not to let niggas know that you don't know before you get in them white people room and get jerked around. Cause I'ma laugh at you. Because I ain't got no heart for a stupid nigga. A stupid nigga is just as good as a dead nigga. They both oblivious to what the fuck is going on. I'd rather you be in a motherfucking casket than motherfucking eating up the goddamn food and eating up black resources and feeding
So
bad
you said
information
Steve
to our
Jobs.
people.
I want to stay there for a second.
Rest in peace to Steve Jobs, man. For real. Like, niggas don't really understand, man. Like, I remember they used to get on Kanye bumper for bringing up Jobs and Walt Disney and you're so inspired by white people and where's the like, dude, you think Kanye not black, bro? That's all white media trying to flip and bounce the narrative. The white media or tether media. Because now you have white media being propagated through immigrants that kind of look like you. They melanated and shit like that. So you gotta have your eyes open. You gotta ask, are you black? And if they say they black and Jamaican, black and Haitian, they ain't black. They trying to substitute that, nigga. You all black, that's it, nigga. But Dame is the modern Malcolm X, man. A real economic revolutionary in his own right. Fighting for black liberation, black economic freedom. And he really risked it all the modern way. You know, he laid the blueprint down for the modern entrepreneur to understand how to be a black revolutionary in the business space. How to really go in there and let your nuts hang. You see, Clarence 13 next came out the Nation of Islam and preached his own mathematics to the youth of North America, to the lost youth in the wilderness. And now Dame is kind of doing the same thing in his own way, you feel me? And he also gave birth to one of the most richest billionaire revolutionaries, Kanye West, you feel me? He tried to do it with Jay-Z, but unfortunately, you know, being from Brooklyn, you kind of a little more liable to fall a victim to white supremacy. You feel me? In the Bronx, we made hip hop out of resistance, and you know that's just in the water out here. You feel me? Resistance is in the water in the Bronx. You feel me? When you FBA and all that in the Bronx, man, that shit just in the water. But I can't speak for y'all Brooklyn niggas, man. I done seen y'all let white people co-op y'all whole shit. We didn't watch Jay sell, sell the Barclays and all that, like that, you know? We gotta start putting a lot more respect on Dame name and not taking him for granted because he's more accessible. Because he don't sell us out like Jay. Come on, look at what Jay did with Colin Kaepernick and all that. We gotta really be real, man. As black people, we gotta stand for something, bro. We falling for anything right now, man. Y'all teaching y'all kids go along to get along. Nah, man. It's time to fight, man. It's time to fight mentally, morally, physically. We ain't gonna win by being silent. We ain't gonna win by getting along. You're gonna have to shake that table, mama. Yeah. Yes, black lady, you gotta shake them tables. Black man, it's time to crash out. Time to show white supremacy that, you know, what you about. Dame did his part. He left $1 billion on the table. As you could see, he left $2 billion on the table. One with pardon me, one with Jay and one with motherfucking Kanye. Shout out to Nas, the Godfather. That's a real revolutionary. Somebody who did not trade his motherfucking people in for no goddamn check. You gotta respect that right there, man. And any nigga that don't is a clown to me, man, for real. That being said, man, FBA all motherfucking day. FBA to the motherfucking Sa Passe. Shout out to Tariq Nasheed, Sir Major, Nicky the God.